Grand Rising. Is that a more positive way to say it? 5:46 a.m. out here in Arizona. And look, there's another death. Shawn Clark. Right here, haven't heard of this coach before this trending story. And I want to very easily show you some interesting connections, okay, with this death. Shawn Clark, UCF offensive line coach and former Appalachian State coach, dies at age 50. Now that was the head coach at Appalachian State University from 2019 to 2024. He most recently was the offensive line coach at UCF, okay? And they're saying that Clark suffered a medical emergency. Okay, he dies at age 50, nearly 2 weeks after he was hospitalized. The school announced Clark suffered the medical emergency on September 9th and had been away from the team. He was said last week to be stable at the hospital. The team did not disclose his specific condition at the time. So that's all the information they give about this medical condition. Okay, that's all they give us, and they don't really give us much in the article here. Okay, which we can expect lately with these trending stories. Okay, so look at this right here. Okay, so this he died Sunday. Okay, so he died Sunday at age 50. And I think this is a video that I put in here. It's going to show up over here on Google Slides. Let's play it.
Shawn Clark, the former head coach of Appalachian State and most recently an assistant at UCF, has tragically passed away at the age of 50 following a recent medical emergency. Clark's career in college football was marked by remarkable leadership and dedication, earning him respect from players, colleagues, and fans alike. During his tenure at Appalachian State, he helped build a competitive and resilient program, mentoring countless athletes and shaping the futures of young football players. Known for his passion for the game and his ability to inspire those around him, Clark left a lasting imprint on everyone he worked with. Following the news of his passing, tributes have poured in from former players, fellow coaches, and members of the college football community, all remembering his generosity, mentorship, and commitment to the sport. His death is deeply mourned, and his legacy both on and off the field will be remembered for years to come.
Okay. I'm not saying he died or he didn't die. Just sometimes with these trending stories, I question the story that they present to us, okay? Because these are characters on the world stage, okay? There's always agendas and narratives. There's shadiness that goes on with the powers to be, okay? Maybe these characters died on other days. Maybe they've been dead for a while. Maybe they present us a story, okay, with half truths, right? But these are the stories that they give us, okay? So I told you I'm going to show you some easy, interesting connections with this death, okay? And remember, this is a hobby for me. I'm not doing this for money. Okay, I do this for all the right reasons. All right? Cuz I want to get people thinking and not just believing everything they're told, okay? So it's okay to question the mainstream media and their stories they give us. Now, especially with sports, as this is sports related, okay? Sports are soap opera for men, okay? They want distraction from our world that we live in because, we're modern day. We are slaves, okay? They're going to tell the next uh, generations to come of people, they're gonna refer back to us as slaves. Okay, maybe their full work week's gonna be 20 hours. Maybe they're gonna have to pay less taxes, and they're gonna say, "Oh, look at those slaves back then. At least you're not them." Blah 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 blah. Right? That's that's what I think. That's truly what I think. So let me move forward as we're here for this decode. So it's one thing I don't like with Canva. I don't know why, or it's my mouse or something. I look at it's like really glitchy with the slides. You can see that Shawn Clark has this medical emergency and he dies 36 days after his birthday, and Clark equals 36 in the language, okay? And Clark equals 36. He's got the August 16 birthday. Now he has that Madonna Young Thug birthday. I already kind of looked at that. Didn't really notice anything extreme, but there may be something there. I just, I don't want to go too deep on that. Sometimes when I notice that, I'll look it up, and if something doesn't like pop immediately, I just kind of leave it alone. But it is worth mentioning Young Thug and Madonna's birthday, also August 16th. So they said he's a former head coach of Appalachian State. Now, notice this was their last game. Look at this was September 13th. Notice how Appalachian State, the Mountaineers, they lost to Southern Miss, the Golden Eagles. And Southern Miss scored 38 points. Shawn Clark equals 38 in reduction. You get the same numbers if you reverse 38. Medical emergency equals 83. Football equals 83. Murder and morgue equal 83. Murder, death, killing, RIP all equal 38. Now, there's no report here of him getting murdered or killed, but it's interesting that those numbers are there. Isn't that? And even that game was on the Tupac death anniversary. Just saying, right? Just saying, so you get that kind of energy there. Right? Notice that. And they said he was some form of coach for UCF most recently. I mean, University of Central Florida. Florida equals 38. So, that makes you question if it's not necessarily the death and some kind of form of medical emergency, which has been happening a lot lately, right? Sudden illnesses, sudden medical emergencies. But you can at least question how he got on with these teams. I mean, his name equals 38, right? Okay. So you see that right there? Bam. Okay. So that game now, Appalachian State, former head coach, with that loss, both teams landed with their record 2-1. I'm assuming it's as a result of that game. You see 2 wins, 1 loss, 21. Coach equals 21, and he died on the 21st of September. Even UCF has 12. I mean, look at that right there. That's solid. And what did they say? Did they say he was some kind of, he was former head coach at Appalachian State, but offensive line coach at UCF. I don't think I entered that. We can enter that right here though. Oh wow, look, it hits. Man, that's amazing because it hits with the slide we're looking at right now. Offensive line coach 90 in 2 base ciphers. The 90, look, in the reduction ciphers. And how, I mean, wow, that's amazing. Clark equals 90, and he suffered the medical emergency on 9/9. 90 is like 9. The 9th month, the 9th day, September 9. Wow. So we hit that on the fly with the offensive line coach, and it syncs up with where we were in the slides. Like, you really can't deny that there's a code being utilized here. Look at UCF. Look at that game right there, September 20th. They beat the North Carolina Tar Heels. The Tar Heels score 9 points. Wow, huh? So we go on the fly and we get some nice connections there to go with the slides that we already, I say we, I'm saying me. These slides that I put together here. Wow, so that's like undeniable that there's a code going on here, okay? And again, I'm not saying the guy died or didn't die. Who would really know, right? A lot of that would just be, I guess we just go off of what they say, but you got to question it, right? You got to question it though, okay? But that's the story they're giving us.
Welcome back. Breaking news at this hour. Shawn Clark, a longtime college football coach and Charleston native, passed away suddenly at the age of 50 Sunday night. Clark played for the Appalachian State Mountaineers in the 90s and became their head football coach in 2019. Clark coached at his alma mater until 2024 and was on the coaching staff at Central Florida this season. According to Central Florida, Clark suffered a medical incident earlier this month and has been hospitalized since.
According to Appalachian State, they are the authority. Appalachian State is the authority. So, I mean, 50 years, man, it's 50 years, but I would probably want to hit 65 at least. I think I would be good with, I mean, I don't know how happy I would be. I would say 65. Now, I highlighted right there, look at UCF equals 51. That 36 days after his birthday dying is the same as 5 weeks, 1 day. You see that? And it's the same as 1 month, 5 days too. So you get the 1551. UCF equals 15 and 51. Currently their offensive line coach. So I just kind of like snuck that in at the end there. And it lands, okay? And it lands. So I don't know who their new offensive line coach at UCF will be. Who is the new offensive line coach, UCF? Does Google have any info? They're just saying the most recent was Shawn Clark, who joined the team in December 2024 and was tragically deceased as of September 22nd. That's all they're saying. So I guess they haven't announced a new coach yet. And let's look at this. Look at UCF is 9th in the Big 12 as well. Wow. 9th in the Big 12. They beat North Carolina the September 20th. Looks like that's the last game. North Carolina scored 9. Offensive line coach equals 90. Clark equals 90. He suffered the medical emergency on 9/9. Wow. Jeez, man. That is ridiculous. I mean, that's a joke, man. It's not a joke. I mean, this is what they're telling us, but these are like riddles, man. Appalachian State takes on Boise State next. Appalachian State is 7th in the SBC East. Okay, so I don't think I caught anything with the 50. There may be something with the 50. Nothing that I caught that was worth bringing up. But Shawn Clark, UCF offensive line coach and former Appalachian State coach and player in the 90s, they said, dies at age 50. So I'll see y'all with the next decode. Until then.